Hi there, and welcome back to Simply Explained English for Easy Language Learning. I am Lisa.
And I am Eric. Hey everyone, we're here to make English simple and fun for you.
Today we're talking about some words you hear a lot.
That's right, Lisa. So, sit tight, relax, and let's dive into our words together.
Okay, Eric, what are the words today?
Okay, Lisa. The first word today is to bother. Then we will continue with to be scared. According to. Then to try on. And the final one is to eat like a horse.
Let's move on to our first word. What is the first word, Eric?
The first word is to bother.
That's a common word.
Absolutely, Lisa. To bother means to make an effort to do something, often when it might be easier not to. It can also mean to cause someone to feel troubled, worried, or upset.
Could you give us an example dialogue, Eric?
Sure. Let's say you have a friend who's feeling sick and you want to check on them. You might say, "I hope I'm not bothering you, but I just wanted to see how you're feeling."
Oh, I see. In this case, bothering means making someone's life harder or more annoying.
Exactly. And in another scenario, let's say, you have a lot of work to do, but your noisy neighbors are having a party. You might say, "Their loud music really bothers me when I'm trying to concentrate."
So in that situation, bother means to annoy or disturb someone?
Right on, Lisa.
Do you think there are situations where bother can have a positive meaning?
Good question. Well, what if you're at a party and you see someone sitting alone? You might go over and say, "I hope I'm not bothering you, but would you like to join us?" In that case, bothering means making an effort to include someone. Or another example, he didn't even bother to say goodbye.
I see. So to bother can also mean to show concern or care for someone.
Exactly. It's all about context. So let's look at our examples of dialogue. We will see the two meanings of to bother.
Did Emily ever call you back about the party?
No. She didn't bother to call me back. I guess she must be very angry.
What's wrong, Emily? You look upset.
It's nothing, just this message from my ex. It really bothers me that they keep contacting me.
Well, they were useful examples. I hope our listeners have understood what to bother means.
I agree, Lisa. Remember, listeners, don't hesitate to bother us with any questions you have. We're here to help you learn. Okay, let's move on to the next word. The next word is to be scared.
To be scared.
To be scared. It's spelled S-C-A-R-E-D.
S-C-A-R-E-D. To be scared. That's a common phrase, isn't it?
Absolutely, Lisa. To be scared means to feel frightened or afraid about something.
Can you give us an example of how to use this phrase?
Sure. Let's say Sarah was scared when she saw the big dog.
Oh no. There's a big dog over there.
Don't worry, Sarah. He looks friendly.
I know, but I'm still scared.
It's okay. Let's walk on the other side of the park.
That was a great example, Eric. So in the dialogue, Sarah was scared because of the big dog, right?
Exactly, Lisa. She felt frightened or afraid when she saw the big dog.
Is it common for people to feel scared of dogs?
Well, some people might feel scared of dogs if they had a bad experience with them in the past, or if the dog is really big.
That makes sense. So, Eric, have you ever been scared of something unusual?
Let me think. Oh yes, I remember one time I was scared of a spider in my room.
Really? Even though spiders are very small?
Yeah, I know they're small, but they look scary with all those legs.
I can understand that. Spiders can be quite scary. Well, it's good to know that we can use to be scared to talk about feeling frightened or afraid in different situations.
Absolutely, Lisa. It's a useful phrase to know in English. And don't let being scared of making mistakes stop you from learning English or anything new. Making mistakes is a part of the learning English journey.
Okay, let's move on to the next word. The next word is try on.
Try on.
Try on. It's spelled T-R-Y-N-O-N. Can you explain what it means, Eric?
Exactly, Lisa. To try on means to wear clothes or shoes to see if they fit or if you like how they look on you.
Can you give us an example of how to use this phrase?
Of course. Let's say, I'm going to try on this dress to see if it fits.
Which one should I buy?
Why don't you try them on and see which one looks better?
Good idea. I'll try on the red one first.
Great, I'll wait here.
That was a clear example, Eric. So, in the dialogue, Jenny could not decide which dress to buy, correct?
That's correct, Lisa. Liam offered her to try on both dresses to see which one fit her best.
Is it common for people to try on clothes before buying them?
Yes, Lisa. It's very common, especially when shopping for clothes. Trying on clothes helps you make sure they fit well and look good on you before you decide to buy them.
That makes sense. So, Eric, have you ever tried on something and then decided not to buy it?
Oh, definitely, Lisa. There have been times when I tried on a shirt or pants and then realized they didn't fit me properly, or it didn't look as good as I expected.
I see. It's important to try on clothes before making a purchase to avoid any regrets later.
Absolutely. Trying on clothes is a helpful way to make sure you're happy with your purchase.
Well, it looks like we've learned another useful phrasal verb. To try on is important when shopping for clothes to make sure they fit and look good.
That's right, Lisa. And don't forget to try on clothes before buying them.
Okay, let's move on to our next word.
The next word is according to.
According to.
According to. It's a phrase we use when we want to say that something is stated by someone or found in a particular source. For example, if I read a fact in a book, I can say, according to this book, elephants are the largest land animals.
That's a clear explanation, Eric. Shall we try an example dialogue using according to?
Yes, Lisa, it's coming.
According to the textbook, the Earth revolves around the sun.
That's correct, Mark. According to scientists, that's how our solar system works.
So in the dialogue, Mark used according to show where the information in the textbook came from, right?
Exactly, Lisa. He was referring to the textbook as the source of information about how the Earth and the sun interact.
Is according to used only for information from books or experts?
Not necessarily, Lisa. You can use according to for information from various sources, like articles, websites, or even people's opinions. For example, according to reviews, the best restaurant in town is Italian.
Ah, so you're showing people's opinions about the best restaurant.
Exactly. I'm sharing what people believe about the best restaurant in town.
Well, it seems like according to is a useful phrase for sharing information or opinions from different sources.
Absolutely, Lisa. It helps us give credit to where the information or opinion comes from. By the way, have you ever corrected someone who used according to incorrectly, Lisa?
Yes, once my friend said according to me, but I explained that it was wrong. We use according to for other sources and third parties, not ourselves.
That's a good point, Lisa. We use I think or I believe to express our opinions. If we get information or opinions from a third party, we can use according to. So, as you said, we cannot use it according to you or me.
Thank you for this important detail, Eric. Let's move on to our last word.
Okay, Lisa. Our last word is to eat like a horse. This is an idiom that means someone eats a lot of food or has a big appetite. For example, you might say, my brother eats like a horse, He can finish a whole pizza by himself.
Yes, it's a way to describe someone who eats a large amount of food, just like a horse, which is known for eating a lot.
Here's a sample dialogue using the idiom to eat like a horse.
Wow, look at Alex go! He's already on his third hamburger.
Yeah, he really eats like a horse. I don't know where he puts it all.
I guess he must have a high metabolism or something.
Either that or he's actually a horse.
That was a fun example. In this dialogue, Sarah and David watch their friend Alex, who is eating a lot of food at the picnic.
They use the idiom to eat like a horse to describe Alex's big appetite and comment on how much he's eating.
Sarah suggests that Alex might have a high metabolism, which could explain why he can eat so much without gaining weight.
David jokes that Alex may actually be a horse in disguise, playing on the literal meaning of the idiom.
Eric, do you know anyone who eats like a horse?
Actually, I do. My uncle always amazes me with how much he can eat at family dinners.
Really? What's the most you've ever seen him eat?
One time, he ate a whole turkey by himself. I couldn't believe it.
Wow, that's impressive. I don't think I could ever eat that much in one sitting. By the way, remember, listeners, it's best to use this phrase with close friends or family. This is a funny way to make a joke about someone's big stomach.
Good advice. Remember, to eat like a horse is just a playful expression about eating a lot. Try using it in a friendly situation.
It adds a bit of fun to the conversation.
Yes, it's a fun way to talk about someone's eating habits. And if you do happen to eat like a horse sometimes, just make sure you're not doing it all the time, or you might end up feeling a bit uncomfortable.
Good point, Eric. Balance is key, even for those with big appetites. Well, that wraps up today's episode of our podcast. We hope you enjoyed learning about the phrase, to eat like a horse, and how to use it in everyday conversations.
Don't forget to practice using these words and phrases in your own English conversations. The more you use them, the more natural your English will become.
And if you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, feel free to reach out to us. We always love hearing from our listeners.
Thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, keep learning and keep smiling.
Bye for now. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.